Hey guys, another movie update, Blu-rays and DVDs. I had mentioned in the last update that I had a lot of titles and that there would be another update soon, so here it is. So I'll jump right to it. Starting off with a bunch of DVDs. Of course, I try to buy Blu-rays, but there's still some titles that aren't available on Blu-ray, or I come across titles that they're so cheap on DVD that I pick it up anyway, and blah blah blah. But this first title actually was sent to me by the fantastic subscriber of mine, Milady Mel. Some of you may see her comment on some of these videos, or you may know her from maybe she comments on your videos. But she's a very knowledgeable film person, and she sent me this movie, which has one of her favorite actors in it. It's The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. Richard Burton is in it, but her man Oscar Werner is in it. She's a huge fan. And her channel is dedicated basically to Oscar Werner. So if you want to check out her channel, I'll put that in the subscription below. So thank you, Barb, for this fantastic. I have not seen it yet, which is one of the reasons why she sent it to me. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Just need to set aside the time for it. The next few DVDs actually are from Big Lots. Every now and then Big Lots will have a 20% off coupon or special going on, and I usually swing by to see if there's any DVD titles I want. This is a spaghetti western that I've seen there before, but I passed it up many times before. But I went ahead and went for it, and I actually did get to watch this. It's pretty decent. Robert Ryan is in it, which was a nice surprise for me because I'm a huge Robert Ryan fan. So that alone made it worth it for me. But it's a decent spaghetti western. I've really been on a spaghetti western tear lately, so that was a nice one to kind of continue that marathon. This is a TV show that I remember seeing as a kid. I am a child of the 80s, and this was the epitome of the 80s. Square Pegs, very young Sarah Jessica Parker is in this. The other folks didn't really go on to do much except Jamie Gertz. You might know her from Twister and Lost Boys. She's been in some sitcoms as well. But this was actually a pretty edgy sitcom for its time. It was a single camera sitcom, unlike more like things like Malcolm in the Middle or 30 Rock, shows like that, rather than in front of a studio audience. And it was created by one of the writers from Saturday Night Live, the early years of Saturday Night Live. But watching it now, it is a bit dated, not just styles and things like that, but the acting and some of the jokes are still very TV. So it's not edgy by today's standards. It actually reminds me of something you'd see on ABC Family or the Disney Channel now, some of their live action shows. But one of the reasons I did want it is it was a show that would have a lot of guest stars and guest bands of the time. New Wave was popular at the time, so like Devo was in an episode. Bill Murray did an episode I remember seeing as a kid, and I haven't rewatched that episode yet, so I'm looking forward to rewatching that. Father Guido Sarducci was in an episode, things like that. So this is something from my past that is kind of like a time capsule, which it's kind of cool to revisit. So that's Square Pegs. It has some special features in it too, some interviews with some of the cast today, so that's pretty cool. I haven't watched all those, but I should mention this actually wasn't from Big Lots. This was from a pawn shop, and it was $4 for the whole series. So that was pretty cool. And the next few DVDs are actually from that same pawn shop. They've got $1 DVDs, so I picked up Stalag 17, Billy Wilder film with William Holden. Chisholm with John Wayne, something I'd passed up at Big Lots quite a few times, so for $1 that was a good price. I've never seen it, and I like giving westerns a shot. Same thing with this, John Ford Western with John Wayne. She wore a yellow ribbon, so I look forward to watching that. And a lot of westerns there. The Alamo with John Wayne, which John Wayne directed. I've never seen that as well, so I will check those out when I get in my western mood. That's it for the DVDs. The next are Blu-rays. So at Big Lots, with that 20% off deal that was going on, I picked up some Blu-rays. They had some Blu-rays as well, and after the discount, I think they were a little over $5 each. I got The Machinist, Donnie Brasco, which is an upgrade from DVD, and the documentary Waiting for Superman, which is about the state of education. So that was all from Big Lots. Then I did find one Blu-ray at a pawn shop. I picked this up for $4 or $5. I can't quite remember. But Karate Popcorn had taken me to task in one of my videos for not owning this. And that's Big Trouble in Little China. So now I own it. And so there. Yeah, I haven't watched it since I bought it. Actually, I don't think I've seen this since I was a kid. So I look forward to rewatching that, actually. I'm a John Carpenter fan, a Kurt Russell fan, so it only is natural that I should own that. And then these next three are from Amazon. I got Battle of the Bulge for $5. The original Django, which I believe was $11 or $12. I'd been pricing this for a while, and it was close enough to that $10 mark that I pulled the trigger on it. Oh, bad pun there. If you've never seen the original Django, very cool spaghetti western. It has nothing really in common with Django Unchained, other than the name Django. And if you've seen Django Unchained, Franco Nero, who stars in this, has a little cameo. He's the Italian guy that Jamie Foxx meets in the brothel where the Mandingo fight is going on. Where the scene where he actually tells him that the D is silent. He's telling that to the original Django. So, and just a side note on spaghetti westerns. After Django was a success, there's a bunch of Django sequels that, as I understand it, I haven't seen them all, don't really have anything to do with the original Django. So they'll be like Django Lives and Django, I don't know, Saves Christmas, whatever. Lots of Django titles, but don't assume that they have necessarily anything to do with the original Django. That's just a sidebar. Now let's talk about the last Blu-ray that I picked up, and that is Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious, one of my favorite Hitchcock movies, one of my favorite thrillers, I guess, of all time. Actually, it's almost more of a romance. The thriller part of it is almost an aside, but the characters are just so interesting that, you know, it doesn't feel sappy or anything. They're very hard-edged characters. And this is an upgrade from DVD for me, and I look forward to seeing the Blu-ray. I haven't watched that yet. So those are my most recent pickups. Let me know what you think of those. Comment below, rate, subscribe, all that jazz. And thanks for watching, as always.